Everyone, I was pretty excited to come home and find this in the mailbox. Been waiting on this one for a very long time. Matter of fact, since about middle of November 2019. It's just now getting here. But there's a little twist with this package, so if you'd like to figure out what happened and what we have here, please stay tuned. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to another video from Budget Bullion Stacker, the channel that takes a budget-minded approach to the stacking of precious metals. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and ring the bell notification so you'll be alerted when new videos are dropped. Also, if you wouldn't mind, please give the videos a thumbs up and maybe leave a comment down below. It helps the channel out more than you know. This right here actually happens to be two packages, as you can see. There's two envelopes here. I happen to have won these from a good friend of mine, Mr. Found It Buried, George. Found It Buried, a lot of you probably know George. He's a really great guy. If you don't already know him, please get over to Found It Buried, check his page out. He's got lots of great videos. It does ice fishing, magnet fishing. If you've never seen that, it's really cool. He'll actually get a really powerful magnet. He ties rope around his waist and he casts the magnet out into the water, pulls it back in, and sometimes he can really pull in some really cool stuff. So check it out. It's really fun. A lot of the fun you'll find in George's channel is in his live streams. George's live streams is like the hangout spot. The people in the chat are super cool, super nice people. We're always in there laughing, joking, cutting up. I learn a lot. I always have very knowledgeable people in chat. We learn from one another, try to help one another. A lot of fun. George also, every time he reaches 40 likes, he likes to do giveaways. Just depends on what he's doing for that particular evening, but I happen to have gotten lucky and I've won several items from George. This one right here on top is the most recent thing that I've won from George. It's just one little thing and I got it really fast. The one underneath it, however, I had not gotten. The big twist on this one, if you look here, U.S. Customs and Border Protection. So this package for George, like I'm assuming where he lives in Canada and I live here in the United States, this package got seized at the border and was examined by Customs. So while this particular package came probably in the span of a month, which, you know, all things considered coming from another country, that's actually pretty quick. This, on the other hand, it was more like 2. So I don't know if Customs was just really backed up or if they were being super thorough. I imagine there's only so much you can investigate in an envelope of a given size. But anyway, let me open my loud case here. Probably should get this thing out before I start a video. Might be a little bit more quiet. This is taped really good, so I am going to kind of break the cardinal rule and cut towards myself, but just to get me enough room to get my blade in here. I don't know, I know the one item in here, but I don't know if there's anything else in here, so I do try to be careful. You know, I would really hate to, you know, tear up something that somebody sends me. If they're nice enough to send it to me, I definitely don't want to tear it up. But let's see what we have down inside here. Alright, looks like George has got it taped to the inside of the envelope. So I'm trying to leave all my personal information face down to make life hopefully a little bit easier and I won't have to edit so many things out. Let me get this tape cut here. But it's really cool if you win coins from George. At least it's cool for me because I don't actually have any of these. If you win coins from George, you can actually get some really cool silver from George. And this right here is an 80% 1953 Canadian quarter. So again, George, thank you very much. This is awesome. This is actually the first bit of, you know, circulated Canadian currency that I have. I do have a Canadian dollar that I had won That one's still sealed in the mint package, so I don't think it was ever in circulation. Matter of fact, I'm pretty certain it wasn't. Let's see what else I had gotten here. Let's try to reach back a little bit. I'm actually going to change tools for this job. He's got something rigid just about the whole way across. So I'm trying to be careful here and not tear anything up. I do apologize for it taking so long just to get a simple package open. But as you saw on the other one, George tapes them up pretty well. And then we've got probably about 2 pounds worth of tape from Customs on here, so alright. Got some stickers here. I'll show those off in just a second. I want to get them out of here so I don't cut them. And just like the other one, he's actually taped it down to the inside of the envelope. Okay. Says inside, so I don't know if he's got something taped in there. It doesn't look like it, but we'll examine that in a minute. Knowing George, he very well could have something in here. But I will say, George, you have really outdone yourself on the packaging, because this stuff is definitely not going to go anywhere. Alright. This is kind of heavy. Oh, yeah. I see a little bit of bulge here, so he has squeezed some coins or something inside of here. Sneaky, sneaky, George. Sneaky, sneaky. So, in one of his live streams, I did happen to win a couple of Canadian silver dimes. And again, I didn't already have any dimes. So all of my Canadian silver currency has come from George. Yeah, looks like we got another one tucked away in here. I will say that I felt really, really bad. This package had taken so long that I had actually asked George in one of the live streams if he had shipped it out, and of course he had. And he's like, you should have had it by now. So it actually sent George into like freak out mode. I really did not intend for that to happen. And again, buddy, I am sorry about that. I did not mean to about cause you a panic attack. And what really makes me feel bad about it is literally the day after I said something. This was a Friday night, and George was doing a live stream, and I happened to mention this package to him because I still had not gotten it. He starts freaking out, and he's like, oh, I'm going to make it right. I'm going to get you something, mailed out just as quickly as humanly possible. And he legit, he was going to, and it just so happens that this came in the mail literally the next morning, So in my Saturday mail, it was in the mailbox. I was on my way out of town, but I literally laid that package in the passenger seat of my car, took a picture of it, emailed it to George immediately. And very thankful I was able to catch George before he shipped anything else out, which I told him not to worry about, but he seemed like he was pretty hell-bent he was going to do it. So we did get a couple of awesome stickers here. And George, these are awesome. These will be going into my collection. And as people, I probably sound like a broken record. I will be getting my stickers ordered soon, and George, I will be sending you some. I'd also happened to have won a 1 ounce copper round. Thought this was really, really cool. Nice golden state mint really cool copper round. And then I did happen to win 1 ounce silver round from George, which is much like Seeded Liberty. So again, George, these are absolutely awesome. I really appreciate it. Guys, like I always tell people, you know, get over, check these guys' streams out. Not only will you meet some really great people, make some new friends, you'll also get to meet Snorris, as Mr. Popzilla and me like to call him, George's dog, Boris. He's probably the snoringest dog you'll ever meet in your life. So get over and chat. It's so funny, especially if you wear headphones in a chat, because I'll be sitting there and I'm like, yep, there goes Snorris again. We're joking in the chat saying that we're going to pull a collection together to get Boris a CPAP machine because he snores so bad. But, you know, get over, check George out. He's got some really great videos. He's a great guy. Fantastic channel. A lot of fun. Really great people. And folks, it doesn't matter if you're winning prizes like this or if you're out here slaving away at a 9 to 5 trying to spend your hard-earned dollars to stack with. It doesn't matter how big the budget is as long as you keep on stacking.